The mimicry Mahabharat, the government versus the opposition. Who is making a mockery of India's democracy? That furious political showdown is my top focus on the NewsTrack.
Modi Sarkar down, 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 down. We want justice.
143 opposition MPs suspended. Parliament stalemate snowballs.
ये तो एक अनडेमोक्रेटिक वे ऑफ फाइटिंग है उनका.
It is a disgrace. It is a blot on our democracy.
Opposition says it is a murder of democracy. BJP rakes up Vice President's mimicry.
मैं खुद की परवाह नहीं करता. मेरी बेइज्जती कोई करता है मैं सहन करता हूं, पर मैं ये बर्दाश्त कभी नहीं करूंगा कि मेरे पद की गरिमा मैं सुरक्षित नहीं रख पाया.
Biggest meltdown before 2024. The democracy dangle. That is our big focus on NewsTrack.
The suspension of 143 opposition MPs has become the biggest political flashpoint. 2 more opposition MPs were suspended from the Lok Sabha today for holding up placards and storming the well of the House. The suspensions have united the India alliance. The opposition says democracy is being strangulated by the Modi government. On the other hand, the BJP has hit out hard at the opposition MPs for mocking Vice President Dhankar.
The President of India has expressed her dismay, as did the country's Vice President and Prime Minister.
जगदीप धनखड़ की कितनी बेइज्जती करो मुझे कोई चिंता नहीं है. भारत के उपराष्ट्रपति की, किसान समाज की, मेरे वर्ग की मैं पूरी आहुति दे दूंगा हवन में. मैं खुद की परवाह नहीं करता. मेरी बेइज्जती कोई करता है मैं सहन करता हूं, खून की घूंट पीता हूं, पर मैं ये बर्दाश्त कभी नहीं करूंगा कि मेरे पद की गरिमा मैं सुरक्षित नहीं रख पाया.
It isn't just Trinamool MP Kalyan Banerjee who's under fire for the mimicry episode, but also Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for recording it on his mobile phone.
संसद में जिन लोगों को आपने भेजा है वो वाद विवाद के बदले जोकर का काम पकड़ लिया. उन्होंने जोकर वाला काम पकड़ लिया, नकल करने का काम पकड़ लिया. और ये कांग्रेस का नेता राहुल गांधी उसकी वीडियो बना रहा है.
The mimicry in the opposition's mock session outside Parliament has taken centre stage, as 143 MPs are suspended for allegedly disrupting proceedings inside with their protests over last week's security breach. The Congress and other opposition parties responded in kind, reissuing old clips of Prime Minister Narendra Modi mimicking Rahul Gandhi's hug-wink episode in the Lok Sabha. At the same time, the opposition alleges that the BJP ecosystem has amplified mimicry as an issue to divert attention from pressing questions at hand, most notably the suspension of the MPs themselves.
वहां पे हमारे 150 एमपीज को बाहर फेंक दिया है. ठीक है, उसके बारे में मीडिया में कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है. ठीक है, उनको आपने पार्लियामेंट से बाहर उठा के फेंक दिया, उसकी कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है. अदानी जी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है. राफेल पे फ्रांस ने कहा है कि भैया इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं अलाउ हो रहा, उस पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है.
Meanwhile, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has insisted her party MP, now suspended, didn't mean to be disrespectful towards the Vice President.
क्यों आप ऐसा बात करते हैं? हम तो रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं सबको ना. एक डिसरेस्पेक्ट का कोई बात नहीं होता है. इसको जस्ट पॉलिटिकली कैजुअली, आपको तो पता भी नहीं चलता अगर राहुल जी वीडियो में तो छवि नहीं तुलता तो.
At the center of the mimicry storm, Kalyan Banerjee echoed similar views, but with a pinch of pungent sarcasm.
Does he really behave like this in the Rajya Sabha? That's my question.
So are you Now that's my question. Mimicry has been done by also the Honorable Prime Minister in the Lok Sabha itself. I can show you the video. He has done it in the last term in 2014 to 2019 in the Lok Sabha itself. But everyone has taken it as okay.
The BJP MPs have been unforgiving.
पहली बार एक जाट समाज के किसान पुत्र इस लेवल पर आ गए सर, उपराष्ट्रपति तक पहुंच गए, तो इस उपराष्ट्रपति पद को, संविधान पद को अपमानित कर रहे थे.
They stood up in solidarity as the Parliamentary Affairs Minister read out a motion condemning the mimicry. The references to caste backgrounds have evoked sharp reactions from the Congress.
मैं ये कहूँ कि मुझे राज्यसभा में बोलने नहीं दिया क्योंकि मैं एक दलित लीडर हूँ. हर आदमी अगर अपनी अपनी जाति के लिए किसी विषय पे अगर बोलते हैं तो मेरे जाति को इफेक्ट हुआ, तो मेरे जाति को तो हमेशा इफेक्ट होता है. मुझे तो बोलने नहीं दिया जाता है. मैं जो सवाल उठाता हूँ उसको उत्तर नहीं मिलता.
Mimicry consumes the final stretch of Parliament's winter session, a sitting otherwise marked by an audacious security breach and a record suspension of MPs. Bureau Report, India Today.
Mimicry versus mockery. Who's making the mickey of India's democracy? You've got 143 MPs suspended. Did the government have adequate grounds to suspend these MPs, or have they been suspended on very flimsy grounds? And why did Kalyan Banerjee have to do this drama, this very unseemly mimicry? Does this uphold the highest standards of India's democracy? What's Rahul Gandhi doing filming that as Kalyan Banerjee does his mimicry number? To talk about this, I'm joined on the broadcast by Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, also a member of the Rajya Sabha. Squaring off against him, Dr. Shama Mohammed from the Congress Party, Priyanka Kakkar represents AAP, and Monojit Mondal is with the Trinamool Congress as a political analyst, and Rajat Sethi is a political commentator. I want to go across to Sudhanshu Trivedi first. Dr. Trivedi, the big charge against the government is that you've suspended 143 MPs of the opposition. MPs suspended on, from the opposition's perspective at least, seemingly flimsy grounds. And because you want to divert attention from these suspensions, you're now hyping up the issue of Kalyan Banerjee's mimicry. It may be in bad taste, he should probably not have done this, but the opposition says you can't try and draw an equivalence. Their charge is that this is basically an attempt by the government to try and divert attention from the stifling of dissent and opposition voices in the parliament with 143 MP suspended. Let's start from there, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Rahul, on the allegation of diversion, I would like to remind that last half a dozen parliament sessions became the victim of diversion. You remember in the last around half a dozen sessions, before every session, one news item uses to appear in any of the media reports outside the country, abroad. And then they start creating a ruckus here, and whatever is happened, it is not happened, because justice is an issue. Actually, if you look in the last 3-4 sessions, they have created an unprecedented, historical, shameful scenario in the parliament. I would like to request, can they quote a single instance in Rajya Sabha when the mics were thrown, when the book is thrown on the chair, when they have climbed up on the table of the General Secretary and started virtually dancing? Several types of these incidents have happened, but you know, Rahul, we are not diverting. The issue is very much focused. Why this is happening? You know, because after this decisive defeat of Congress party in the 3 elections, so many people in the India alliance have started nurturing their ambitions. So there is a fierce competition has started within their so-called India alliance, that who can prove them more seriously fighting or more vigorously fighting, more shamefully fighting the BJP. We remember the instance happened when the first day Mr. Derek O'Brien took the lead and he was asked by the chairman to go out and he denied. It would have happened several times. But the very significant thing was that the Congress thought that the TMC has taken a lead. So next day, Congress was showing all sort of scenario because they want to snatch the credit of anti-BJP plank from TMC to Congress.
So let's unpack that one by one.
It was very shameful.
Your first charge
I was there in the... Just one sentence,
yes,
sir.
Yes.
I was there in the parliament and the chairman said that the house is adjourned and the leader of the house and leader of opposition should meet me in my chamber. There would not have been any scope of any shouting or others. And the leader of the opposition denied that he will not meet in the chamber. Then you tell me that what should have been done. If any political party, their president says that meet me in the chamber and the person says I will not meet, then what action their political party should have been taken? Kindly let us know.
Dr. Shama Mohammed, the government says that in that meeting of the Business Advisory Council before Parliament's winter session began, opposition MPs agreed that they would not be holding placards in the well of the House, that this was accepted by consensus as being bad practice which would lead to immediate suspension. The Speaker says he's just following the norm that was agreed upon consensually by all MPs. Sudhanshu Trivedi argues there's now competition amongst the India Alliance because of the Congress's big defeat in the 3 Hindi heartland states. The Trinamool and the Congress are competing to try and show themselves as the bigger opposition, which is why you're trying to outcompete each other by outshouting each other on the in the floor of the House. You're on mute, Shama.
Sorry. There has been a major attack on our parliament, Rahul, on December 13th. All we asked is for the Home Minister to make a statement because, you know, it's a huge thing. In 2001, we lost 8 security people. We had a member of parliament for mine who went and held the canister. God forbid, if it was a bomb, what would have happened? You had a lapse, a security breach, huge security breach. Now, instead of answering, you suspend 150 members of parliament. Pratap Simha, who gave the pass, is nowhere to be seen. Nobody knows. I was on a debate yesterday with some other spokesperson. He said, I can't say where he is. I don't know. I can't speak for him. I mean, what is happening? You have expelled Mahua Moitra. There is Ramesh Biduri sitting in the parliament who abused a man calling him Atankvadi. Now, you haven't taken any action on him. You said it is still under investigation and whatever. But when it comes to opposition, immediate suspension. What we are asking is, we want our parliamentarians, including Mr. Trivedi, to be safe. And we want to know what happened.
Okay,
so where
let
is
Sudhanshu Trivedi respond to this, that they're asking for the Home Minister to speak in Parliament. The charge is, I mean, I find it a bit unfair because he gave that interview to the India Today group, but the charge is he's giving television interviews, he's not speaking in Parliament, and the opposition says they're demanding accountability, and surely the government must speak in Parliament, and why is that not happening? Which is why you want to suspend them, because you don't want to face the tough questions.
Rahul, there is a distinct difference between speaking in media and speaking on the floor of the House. If any member of Parliament wants the statement of Home Minister, then it has to be after a conclusive evidence or conclusion of an inquiry. When it is at the elementary stage, somebody asks that you come and tell me the details, it means you are asking them to divulge the classified details or even the modus operandi or even certain elementary details which may be detrimental for the security. And on this issue, Rahul, I would like to say, 2 most serious historical security breach in the history of the world. One was Hamas this October, another was 9/11. You remember that there was a strong protest going on against Benjamin Netanyahu. Opposition suspended that. Can you show a single evidence that after such a serious security breach, among the 2 countries which are considered extremely secure, 9/11 and Hamas, can you show a single instance in which the opposition was having placard, creating ruckus in the parliament? We want immediate discussion. And on the issue of 2001 attack, I would like to say this is the same party when Afzal Guru's hanging was kept in hanging, then those who have laid down their lives, their family members, returned their medals. But still, Sonia Gandhi ki aankhon mein aasu nahi aaya, the aankhon mein aasu was for Batala to counter. So as
Priyanka Kakkar, respond to what you're hearing from Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Security of the country and the security of parliament is very vividly clear in the front of the public.
In countries like the US and in Israel, when there are major lapses in security, the opposition comes together with the government and the nation speaks in one voice. That's not the time, Sudhanshu Trivedi argues, to be trying to score political brownie points. Priyanka Kakar.
Rahul Kanwalji, good evening to you and all your viewers and the fellow panelists. I have high regard for Sudhanshu sir, but it sounded high on rhetoric to me, like always, because of the very perennial question: why is the security post head lying vacant till date, for example, in the parliament? Then why are there 45% shortage of security staff? Let's answer that. You know, these questions have to be answered, and we would prefer that this question, and such a massive lapse that a person could get a sort of smoke bomb embedded in his shoe and walk in without any checking. What kind of, I mean, you couldn't protect that. What are you talking about a high level SIT and all of those things? The Home Minister is supposed to face the opposition and answer in the parliament. He is giving on your Hindi channel, he was giving a bayan there. What is the need? There is an opposition, there is a parliament. Why did you construct such a massive structure if you wanted to throw all the MPs out? Now they're making an issue of the mimicry. It's laughable. It's as if they're questioning our intelligence. It's as if they think the Janta is dumb. They are making mimicry an issue, and the issue of 150 suspensions is not important to them. It is not important to them.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, respond to this. The fact that there is a shortage of about 4 dozen security staff, that you haven't had a joint secretary for security in parliament for more than a month, that post is lying vacant and yours is supposed to be an efficient government, that there was no checking in parliament, and that you're trying to equate the mimicry to the suspension. Priyanka Kakar argues you're challenging and questioning the intelligence of the Indian voter.
Rahul, here is the difference between what Priyanka ji has said, the rhetoric and the fact. I could have accepted these arguments of the opposition if they would have not said कि वो जो जिन्होंने किया तरीका गलत था, but मुद्दा तो सही था. What does this mean? You are trying to give them a cover fire.
No, I'm not saying that.
That what has been, you know that if the link is there from Jind, Haryana to Darbhanga in Bihar, to Kolkata in West Bengal, to Mysore and to Maharashtra, and you are saying that the tarika was wrong.
MP,
I want to make it very clear if somebody says, sir, let me complete. What I am saying, it was by several opposition leaders. And this is a typical characteristic of the so-called India Alliance parties, that they try to give any subversive activity the ideological cover, and same is the tendency here. Otherwise, मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, if the person was, as per the information available, was 12th pass and he was running an auto, can our learned opponent present in this debate tell me which type of job he could have got that he has created, a 12th pass person has got, that would have created such a huge reaction in his mind that he has gone to that extent? And Priyanka ji, आपका तो लीडर कहता ना सबसे पढ़ा लिखा, तो बताइए उतने पढ़े लिखे को कौन सी ऐसी भाई थ्रू आउट गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट होते, अगर उसके बाद पीएचडी होल्डर होते और वो कहते नहीं मिला मैं कर रहा हूं, समझ में आता था. और नाउ द इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज शोइंग दैट द पर्सन वाज ट्रेवलिंग from Bengaluru to Delhi and Lucknow by plane, when he was saying that he was just an auto driver. So let the investigation be completed, then everything will be.
Manojit Mandal, respond to this argument from Sudhanshu Trivedi that any statement from the Home Minister at this stage would be premature because the investigation is still ongoing. So there's not much more that he can add beyond what he said, and therefore it's wrong to keep questioning the Home Minister not speaking in Parliament. The agencies are probing this in full earnestness.
Did he make any argument, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi? I only, heard some round and round talks and nothing else. The simple thing is that this is a foregone conclusion. When one of your MPs has issued the passes, it is on record. Do you mean to suggest that those records are absolutely fake? They do not carry any meaning whatsoever, and that particular MP remains inside the Parliament. People who are raising the questions, you are suspending one after the other. What were they asking for? They are not asking for moon, just simple question, one-liner. Yes, the probe is on, let us wait for the probe. The Home Minister could have come and said these 2 lines or 3-4 words. That would have served the purpose. Instead of doing that, You are suspending the MPs for no rhyme and reason, and that too for the entire session.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, respond to the charge about Pratap Sinha. Yes, go on, Manoj.
I raised this very big question. This was pre-contrived and pre-planned to pass all the bills, tendencies bills, without any resistance. And that is the suspicion that I'm raising on this channel at this point in time. This was absolutely pre-planned and pre-contrived to suspend the MPs and to pass the bill without any resistance.
A Trinamool MP or an AAP MP or a Congress MP or a AIMIM MP, would the BJP have been as soft on him as it has been on your Mysuru MP? Wouldn't you have taken him to the cleaners and taken the strictest action against him? You're protecting him because he's your man. If some other leader had done it, you would have gone all guns blazing against him.
Mohua is a classic example of that. Mohua is a classic example of that.
Sudhanshu Trivedi.
This matter, there is no question of protecting anybody. He is under a scanner and it will be investigated, and also that how they managed and through which MP they plan to do this. But Manojit Mandalji was alleging me that I am going round and round, but he has categorically spoken very clear that this is just an ego issue, that Home Minister should come and say the investigation is going on. Yes, we are not having any ego. We are ready to accept your advice. But let me remind what you... Sir, let me complete my submission. Then you want to speak. Don't speak over each other. Sir, remember the last session. 267, we want discussion on Manipur. Stop every proceeding. We want discussion on Manipur. And you installed for several days. But the moment the Delhi bill came, yes, I agree. We leave the demand of 267 because the politics is ahead and Manipur is left. Then we want the statement of Prime Minister. Though the Prime Minister was not required, the Home Minister's statement was required. No, we want Prime Minister. And when the no confidence motion came, today, it is the age of digital data. Anybody can say not even 5% was spoken on Manipur. And when Prime Minister has started giving, you walked out. That shows that you do not want to objectively raise an issue. You just want to make an unnecessary ruckus in the parliament just to install the parliament and the proceeding of the legislature work and waste the money of the public.
Rajat Sethi, can the government get away by trying to draw an equivalence between an act of mimicry, no matter how lowbrow it may be, with the suspension of 143 MPs? Are we comparing apples and oranges here?
Well, it is not a question of right or wrong or morals right now. I mean, BJP got a chance to change the entire optics and they will knock it out of the park. I think it was from political communications, a blunder on part of the India Alliance when they had an opportunity, when they could have, raised a moral question before the public that 150 odd MPs have been suspended, and used that as an emotional appeal. But look at what they did. They missed yet another opportunity. Basically, none of them actually thinks through. They don't think in 2 or 3 orders. They just think whatever comes to their mind, and they did not even realize that BJP will use this mimicry episode and take them to the cleaners.
I think he makes a very good point. The Shama Muhammad, Rajat Sethi's argument that the opposition MPs are not thinking through second and third order consequences of their decisions. Manojit Mandal, I think he's spot on. You've given them an opening. You could have used this as an opportunity to create sympathy. You've created Manojit Mandal an opportunity. They're going all out from the president to the vice president to the prime minister. They're all gunning for you. You created the opportunity for them.
You use your brute majority to knock them out of the parliament, which is the floor to raise this issue, and now you are talking about this moral high ground?
No, but that mimicry wasn't required. Kalyan Banerjee scored a no ball. He's got a free hit. He's hit you out of the park.
Come on. These people, Rahul, hang on. These people have been suffering in the chilling cold of Delhi for the last 7 days. They're trying to cheer themselves up. Most of them are in their 60s and 70s, and that becomes an issue for you? Enjoy the mimicry. That has been done inside the parliament. That has been done even inside the parliament. You are showing the video of Prime Minister mocking Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, so Sudhanshu Trivedi respond to this. The Prime Minister also in that video which the Congress tweeted was mocking Rahul Gandhi. If the Prime Minister can mock Rahul Gandhi, why can't Kalyan Banerjee? That's the question the opposition is asking Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Surpanaka, what we can tell you 100 things. And also what you told about Manmohan Singh, raincoat pehen ke naha raha hai. Raincoat pehen ke naha raha hai. When Manmohan Singh is sitting in the parliament.
I want to respond. Prime Minister never used the word Shuprakha. आपने अपने आप उड़ता तीर अपने ऊपर ले लिया. Prime Minister only said बहुत दिनों के बाद वो हंसी याद आई है. बस. And second, Shuprakha what was not used. नहीं, बहुत दिनों रामायण सीरियल के बाद बहुत दिनों बाद वो हंसी आई. And second thing I would like to say, as far as
you and I understand at what it was started.
Okay, Manojit, you can't go on second. I can't have both guests speaking over each other. You've made an argument. Now let Sudhanshu Trivedi respond. Dr. Trivedi, BJP leaders, including the Prime Minister, the opposition elected, have done mimicry themselves.
Mimicry ये होती है what Rahul Gandhi has done in the parliament कि जाकर पहले प्राइम मिनिस्टर के गले पड़े और फिर कुर्सी पे बैठ के आंख मारी. What was that? That was the dignity of the parliament. And giving a flying kiss while going out. It was the dignity of the parliament. And one more thing, as far as our concern about the dignity, I would like to remind, when Sri Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary ji has said कि राहुल गांधी पप्पू नहीं है ये साबित हो गया, then Amit Shah ji stood immediately that we do not endorse this type of word पप्पू for any respected member of parliament, so this should be expunged. This is our commitment and this is your commitment. And one more thing I would like to say, Rahul, जहां पर ये लोग बैठे हुए हैं पार्लियामेंट में, just on the left side, beyond the strip, entire media is there. If they are having any substantive thing to say, they could have gone and given a statement in the media that these are our issues, this is a technical issue, but they know that they do not have any substantive argument to be told to people.
Shama Mohammed, respond to that argument that you heard from Rajat Sethi, that the opposition leaders don't think through second and third order consequences of their actions. They make these loose comments, ball or no ball. The government gets a free hit, they hit you out of the park. This is a ruthless electoral machine. You give them an opportunity, they'll pounce on it, which is what they've done with the case of Kalyan Banerjee. Shama Mohammed.
Oh, we are supposed to be scared and not ask any questions. What is he saying? Let me tell one thing to Sudhanshu Trivedi. Whether it's Afzal Guru or Ajmal Kazab, we hung them, not you. You haven't done there is no accountability for Pulwama. We do not know what has happened after that. My question today to him is that, I mean, he said, Surpanaka nahi tha, lekin raincoat pehen ke naha raha hai. Raincoat pehen ke naha raha hai when Manmohan Singh ji is sitting in parliament. That is what the Prime Minister of India said. We can go on with it, which I don't want to. My pertinent point today is that the Home Minister of this country should come out and reassure not only the parliamentarians, but the whole country when something like this happened. When 26/11 happened, the former Prime Minister was outside a hotel. I mean, the present Prime Minister was outside the hotel when the terrorists were attacking and making fun of our government, the UPA government. So let's not go back to it.
So Chief Minister Modi going to Mumbai when the attack was on, the use of the idiom raincoat pehen ke nahate hai, mimicry himself. You know what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Rajat Sethi.
Why? Where is Pratap Simha? Where is Pratap Simha? Why is he not suspended? You have to answer that.
Okay, Rajat Sethi. Why is Pratap Simha also not suspended?
Pratap Simha has been called in for the inquiry. The inquiries are going to happen. He will have to answer. It is a legitimate demand from your side, Shamaji. I agree. I'm on your side on this. It's a legitimate demand. It's a serious breach of security. I agree. But allow use that politically. Shamaji, certain line has to be drawn. In fact, this is what, a piece of advice, unsolicited one. When security issues take primacy, you need to leave aside politics and be seen as more of a moral force, standing
So did Narendra Modi do it in 2016? Did Narendra Modi do that in 2016?
If he does wrong, according to you, will repeat that wrong.
No, so that's why we are asking the Home Minister should speak.
What Kalyan Banerjee did. See, your argument, it's a self-defeating argument. That's what I'm trying to tell you. at what
what did you do with Mahua then? Mahua Jaisi justice ho jaye, kangaroo justice.
Give me a time.
What did you do with Mahua then? Did you wait for the investigation to happen before expelling her?
He came out. He made
a mimicry issue of national security for you.
You know, he made very crass remarks on the age of the vice president. Leave aside certain offices which are beyond comedy. If you want to do comedy, by all means, roast any politician, including Narendra Modi. He says that I am being
post is immune from mimicry. You understand mimicry? What is mimicry? This is a form of art, and it can be used against anyone.
Okay, Monojit Mandal, don't speak over the other guests. That just ruins the flow of thought, kills the debate. Let Rajat complete.
If you want to do mimicry, go do it in Kapil Sharma show. Pick the right places and pick your right audience for that and pick the right target for it. There are certain constitutional positions which are held in extremely high regard. A president, a vice president, the chief
that's
justice.
the problem, Manojit Mandal, with what the Trinamool leader did. You're mocking the post of the vice president. It's not the personality. It's also the post that he holds.
All going to go old.
Manojit Mandal.
I repeat, please allow me to speak. First of all, there was certainly no indignity meant against the chair. But the person occupying the chair, if it is on the face of it, suggests that he has not acted in a bipartisan manner, this kind of mimicry will be bound to happen. And this is happening, I repeat. Please let me speak now. Don't speak over me. This is, I repeat, this has happened at a time when these very senior MPs have been sitting under cold for the last 7-8 days. They were merely trying to cheer themselves up. And that becomes a serious issue.
No, but
security breach inside the
Sudhanshu
parliament.
Trivedi, respond to this.
About?
You know, involving the president, getting Draupadi Murmu to put out the post that she did, she at this moment holds the post of the president. That almost seems like using the post of the president for a political attack. Is that even fair? I mean, you're using these constitutional posts. You're saying you're attacking these constitutional posts, but you're counter-attacking using a post higher than that of the vice president to score a political brownie point, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Actually, I would just like to ask the millions of viewers which are watching, and everybody who is sitting on the panel might have read during the school days also. Yes, anybody can say anything, criticize and mimicry for any political personality. जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था स्कूल में, प्रेसिडेंट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का कार्टून नहीं बनाया जा सकता था. At the time, cartoon was a mimicry. I'm talking about 30 years back. But Prime Minister का किया जा सकता है, Minister का किया जा सकता है, MP का किया जा सकता है. So kindly be very clear about it. Even there is a provision that there is a distinct difference between persons sitting on the constitutional position and on the political position. And on the issue of 2611, I would like to remind Shama Mohammed ji, your government had said that 2611 was done by Hafiz Saeed. But your leader has inaugurated a book, Mr. Digvijay Singh, that 2611 was done by RSS. It was not a mockery of your own. And I would like to remind that Barack Obama in his book, The Promised Land, on the basis of 2010 visit of India, quoting Manmohan Singh or referring Manmohan Singh, he has said, after 2611, Indian army was ready to take a stern action against Pakistan. But the then Congress government has not taken action because they were having a fear in the mind that the atmosphere coming out of that reaction may politically benefit BJP. So this shows a clear-cut mirror of what you are having, a real intention on the issue of
national security. It's also very clear that while on the issue of suspension, the opposition is united. After the meeting of the India Alliance yesterday, there's so many cracks now. AAP versus Congress over Punjab and Delhi seat sharing. Mamta and Kejriwal on the one side, Congress on the other on the issue of Mallikarjun Kharge. SP Akhilesh Yadav raising questions about BSP being brought into the alliance. It looks like a full-on khichdi. You know, you're all squabbling. It doesn't look like a cohesive team that can take on the Modi juggernaut.
Rahulji, it is taking a formal shape, and in the days to come you will see about it. And I can tell you this much, that we are all moving in the right direction. We are all moving together. There are no I've seen this is happening in the media for the past 2 days, that they're trying to show that there is a subsect within the alliance. That is not the case. There was just a name that was proposed by the Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee ji, which was supported by Delhi Chief Minister Honorable Arvind Kejriwal ji. So that's that. There is no gutbazi, nothing. We're all moving in the right direction. It will take shape. It will require some more time to formalize, and the seat sharing talks will also happen, and we'll let you know. But, you know, I want to definitely respond to one thing that Sudhanshuji said, if you permit me. He said that the Prime Minister did not take any names. It was just an imputation. In the court of law, even an imputation will be considered defamation, sir. So he can't get away. You know, he has the highest post in the country. He must lead by example. When the outgoing VP, Hamid Ansari ji, in his farewell speech, the Prime Minister taunted him. And it's on record. It's for all to see. We are seeing Ramesh Biduri maintaining a seat in the parliament after what he said. Everyone heard that.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, amount of time to respond to this. Ramesh Biduri calling a certain community names, very bad choice of words. The Prime Minister, the AAP leader says on the issue of the Vice President's farewell, throwing some barbs. That's not very proprietary either.
Mahua, I think everybody has forgotten, or they are deliberately forgetting. Mahua Mehta has used on the floor of the House regarding Nishikant Dubey a very dastardly word, which is categorically gali. But nobody raised the issue. And Priyanka ji has tried to take a very flimsy base that nobody has taken name. So I would like to remind, Modi ji के लिए तो clear cut बोला गया. मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी. मोदी की बोटी बोटी काट डालेंगे. मोदी की मौत और मौत के प्रकार. वहां तो there is no if and but. यहाँ तो आपने कहा tangent में भी, even if the name is not taken, it should be considered. And here the name is categorically taken, and that too I can say with firm conviction. जब पूरे लोकतंत्र की मौत हो गई थी, तब भी हमने किसी प्राइम मिनिस्टर के मौत की कामना नहीं की थी, और कभी भी किसी के मौत के प्रकार नहीं बताए थे.
We've heard from the government, we've heard from the opposition. This is a deeply contentious issue where voters and audiences are split along political preferences, and I leave it to you, our viewers, to decide where you come out on the question of who is making a mockery of India's democracy. You're on board the NewsTrack. They united to defeat the BJP and Narendra Modi, but Team India, after 4 meetings, is a house divided. From who would be their prime ministerial face to questions over seat sharing, there are cracks galore in the opposition alliance.
Over 24 opposition parties with the shared goal of removing Narendra Modi, but the India bloc is witnessing massive rumbling with just months to go before the general polls. Multiple differences have cropped up in the opposition grouping, making the Modi Hatao task even more formidable. While West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee confirmed India Today's newsbreak that she has endorsed Congress Chief Kharge as the face of the India alliance, her move made Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad immediately see red. Both Bihar satraps left in a huff. Even Kharge himself was stunned.
खड़गे जी को नाम हमने किया है कि हर लोग पूछता है एक फेस तो चाहिए, तुम्हारा फेस कौन है? तो इसी के लिए हम प्रपोजल दिया था कि खड़गे जी को होना चाहिए. खड़गे जी अगर फेस होगा तो ठीक है, और हमारा कोई एतराज नहीं है, और हमको सपोर्ट दिया है अरविंद केजरीवाल जी.
हमने पहले सभी लोग जीत के आना है, जीत के लिए क्या करना उसके बारे में हम सोचे. कौन प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना ये बाद में की बात है.
Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar reportedly sparked a North versus South divide after DMK MP T.R. Balu sought a translation of his Hindi speech. A furious Nitish shot back at Tamil Nadu CM Stalin, saying Hindi is the national language and everyone must learn it. Nitish sternly told his party not to translate his Hindi speech.
Just to clarify, on the record, we don't have a national language in that sense that that some people have misunderstood it. We have an official language which is both Hindi and English, and the work of the union is conducted in the language of each state: Malayalam in Kerala, Tamil in Tamil Nadu, Hindi in Bihar. And Either English or Hindi can be used as a link language for communication. That's the way this country has been functioning. So it is not a Rashtra Bhasha, it is a Raj Bhasha. There is a big difference.
SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav was upset after reports of Mayawati being invited to the India bloc. The Samajwadi Party chief served an ultimatum asking Congress to choose either him or Mayawati.
देखिए, इनका गठबंधन ये तो स्पष्ट है कि चलने वाला इन लोगों का नहीं है। ये आपस में लाठी चलाएंगे और आप देखते रहिएगा, जस जस चुनाव नजदीक आता जाएगा वैसे इनकी दूरियां भी बढ़ती जाएंगी।
Mamata sparked a face-off with Samajwadi Party after reportedly suggesting a Priyanka versus Modi fight in Varanasi. SP hit back saying it has the sole right to decide UP candidates.
कांग्रेस को भी अगर बड़े वो राष्ट्रीय रोल में सामने हैं तो उन्हें अपनी लाइन क्लियर करनी पड़ेगी कि वो क्षेत्रीय दलों के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं। और जब जिम्मेदारी एक बार माननीय अखिलेश जी को दे दी गई कि वो उत्तर प्रदेश में तय करेंगे कि कौन कहां पे कैसे होगा, क्षेत्रीय दलों का कैसे सामंजस्य बनेगा, तो उनके ऊपर भरोसा किया जाना चाहिए।
India bloc is also witnessing AAP Congress tussle over tie-up in Punjab. AAP Punjab unit categorically rejected any tie-up with bitter rival Congress.
ਹਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ 13 ਦੀਆਂ 13 ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਸੀਟਾਂ ਦੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ, ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀ ਬਣਾਓ, ਕਾਸਟ ਕੰਬੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸੋ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਤਰੀਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 13 ਦੀਆਂ 13 ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਸੀਟਾਂ ਲੜਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ।
The nascent opposition group is yet to decide seat sharing, common poll manifesto and a face to take on Modi charisma, leaving allies like Shiv Sena and JDU jittery and targeting Congress over inordinate delay. Bureau Report, India Today.
Yesterday we used generative artificial intelligence to give you a sense of what Dawood Ibrahim could look like based on the images of his from the past. Just as this happened, a new image of Tiger Memon, Dawood Ibrahim's close associate, emerged, which really is the last seen image of this very key aide of Dawood Ibrahim. Here's our latest story.
March 12th, 1993, Mumbai. 257 dead, 1,400 injured. 13 blasts ripped through Mumbai on the 12th of March 1993. The two masterminds, Ibrahim Mostar, Abdul Razak Memon, or Tiger Memon, a key member of the D Company, and Dawood Ibrahim.
वो लोग दोनों मिलके उन्होंने ये पूरा प्लान बनाया था, लेकिन ये मुख्य एग्जीक्यूशनर था। इसने सारा जो कॉन्स्पिरेसी था उसका अंजाम टाइगर ने दिया था। प्रॉपर्टीज रीडेवलप करने में का उसका बिजनेस है, उसकी पूरी आइडेंटिटी बदल दी गई है, उसको नया नाम दे दिया गया है।
For years, this was the only image of Tiger Memon that the world had ever seen. But today, for the first time, India Today reveals what this terrorist looks like now. India Today has accessed Tiger Memon's latest image. The terrorist responsible for the 1993 Mumbai explosions had fled to Dubai. Pakistan's ISI played a role in relocating him to Pakistan thereafter. Since then, Indian intelligence agencies have been pursuing Tiger Memon, now 63 years old. Pakistan has consistently denied his presence within its borders.
वहाँ डिफेंस हाउसिंग सोसाइटी है कराची में, वहाँ वो रहता है। पहले तो आईएसआई के संरक्षण में रूफी कॉटेज में पूरा परिवार को ठहराया गया था। उसके बाद वो लोग घर बदलते रहे।
India Today has not only obtained his latest picture from highly placed security sources, but also visual evidence of his sprawling villas in a plush neighborhood in Karachi. According to India's National Investigation Agency, Memon has 2 homes in Pakistan's commercial capital. We take you to his first hideout in Karachi, located in the city's Defence Authority housing colony, one of Pakistan's most protected neighborhoods. Armed guards, surveillance cameras, soldiers constantly patrolling the premises. The posh area developed by the Pakistan Army itself. This area is home to high-ranking officers and government officials who share this neighborhood with terrorist Tiger Memon. According to the NIA, Tiger Memon also has another villa in Karachi on Golf Course Road. He maintains an office in a shopping mall. His operations linked to his drug trade in South Africa. According to intelligence sources, Tiger Memon is involved in real estate dealings in Pakistan in collaboration with Dawood Ibrahim and the Pakistani ISI. With Arvind Ojha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where we wrap up the NewsTrack tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.